300 years ago, this giant spaceship disappeared without a trace. The abandoned Galactic cruiser crashed on this desert planet and was forgotten by the galaxy. Today, a restoration team finally arrives at the legendary wreck. The ship is heavily damaged, covered in rust, sand, and destruction. For the first time in centuries, the main gate begins to open. The abandoned Galactic cruiser slowly wakes from its long silence. Inside the ship, everything is dark. Broken wires, collapsed walls, and endless silence. This was once the command center of the galaxy's most powerful ship. Now it looks completely dead. The giant engines are completely frozen. Sand and corrosion have destroyed most of the systems. The restoration begins. Slowly, the original structure of the cruiser starts to appear again. Suddenly, the team detects a strange signal from deep inside the ship. After 300 years, some systems begin working again. The ship is coming back to life. The reactor chamber still contains weak energy, as if the ship never completely died. Emergency systems online. Crew status unknown. The crew is shocked. The ship's artificial intelligence is still active. The damaged engine components are removed carefully. The restoration process becomes more dangerous. Advanced replacement parts are installed into the ancient engines. The cruiser slowly begins to recover. The main hull lights finally turn on again. The abandoned Galactic cruiser feels alive once more. The team discovers a hidden chamber beneath the lower decks. Strange alien symbols cover the walls. The AI reveals the truth. The crash was not an accident. A mysterious alien signal destroyed the ship. The hyperdrive system finally begins powering up again. This system once allowed the cruiser to cross entire galaxies. The crew attempts the first full power test. The entire ship begins shaking violently. After centuries of silence, the engines finally come alive. The restoration team continues rebuilding the abandoned Galactic cruiser. Massive hull repairs begin. Drone systems reactivate. The reactor stabilizes. The hangar bay is cleaned. Ancient star maps are discovered. Power slowly returns to every deck. The AI begins revealing hidden information about the lost crew. The ship starts feeling alive again. The team discovers deeper secrets inside the cruiser. Strange alien signals continue broadcasting from beneath the desert planet. The hyperdrive chamber is reconstructed. Exterior armor is replaced. Massive turbines begin spinning again. The ship's systems synchronize for the first time in centuries. The cruiser prepares for possible launch. The abandoned Galactic cruiser becomes fully operational. Thrusters ignite during testing. A dangerous reactor overload nearly destroys the ship. Emergency systems activate. The AI helps stabilize the reactor core. Exterior lighting systems illuminate the giant cruiser. The restoration crew prepares for final launch procedures. All primary engines synchronize successfully. The entire ship shakes with power. For the first time in centuries, the cruiser lifts above the desert floor. One stabilizer suddenly fails during the hover test. The giant ship begins shaking violently. Emergency stabilization activated. The AI regains control moments before disaster. The abandoned Galactic cruiser now stands fully restored beneath the rising sun. The restoration crew boards the ship for its first true flight. The giant hangar bays finally activate once again. The reactor core reaches maximum power safely. The navigation systems lock onto deep space coordinates. The launch countdown begins. The cruiser's engines roar across the desert. The abandoned Galactic cruiser slowly rises into the sky. The ship breaks through the clouds for the first time in centuries. The cruiser stabilizes in orbit above the desert planet. The hyperdrive rings begin spinning faster and faster. Navigation restored. Systems stable. The crew watches silently as the stars reflect across the restored hull. The abandoned Galactic cruiser prepares for hyperspace travel. The legendary cruiser enters hyperspace once again. And after centuries beneath the desert sands, the abandoned Galactic cruiser finally returns to the stars.